Most LEGO enjoyers collect a specific LEGO theme, whether it be an old classic theme, LEGO Castle, LEGO Star Wars, or even LEGO Scooby-Doo. They usually collect something relatively normal. But I don't. This is piece 4744, and I have a lot of them. In fact, I have so many that it's kind of hard to fit them in frame without zooming out. I have both the printed and non-printed varieties for most colors, although not all of them, and I like to collect these. So that's what we'll be looking at in this video, the printed and non-printed varieties, as well as some history and why I actually like them. I guess we can start with the history of this piece. It originally came out in some basic sets in 1985 and stuck up until 2009, which is quite a bit for such a piece like this. It was originally in basic sets, as I said, but it did branch out into some education sets as well as some other smaller themes. It was a pretty nice long runtime, and because it had such a long runtime, it got a lot of different prints and cool things that you can see here. It came in a good few colors, some of which I don't even have. It had many uses, from animals, people, clothing, all the way to clocks and to fire engines. I was first introduced to it with a basic red piece, and then later a printed red-haired face with freckles. After that, I found out that I liked this piece so much and that there are so many of them and so many different types that I might as well start collecting them. And so that's what I've done. I'm going to give you a quick look through each color, showing you every print here, so you can kind of see things individually. We have the basic red ones, and those are quite common. These are actually tied for the most of a single brick that I have of this type, tied with this one, which I have also 5 of. We also have a parrot here, which is a very cool head that goes to a body that we'll look at later on in the blue section. Some simple button-up clothes, a polka dotted shirt, the guy with a mustache, the red hair with the freckles, and I should say this is a red hair mustache. There's also a black one, fire engine front, fire engine hose, and a monkey, which is actually really cool. Blue is another very common one. There's the basic blue piece. Here's the blue with the striped shirt. That's a very common piece. Here's the parrot body that can go on the parrot head. I'll actually show you that right now. And that looks very good, very cool. And finally, for the blue section, we have some nice suits. Yellow has quite a few interesting ones. The blank yellow one, the clock, which is pretty cool, this tiger or cat. We also have a yellow polka dot one, and a pineapple, which is honestly one of my favorites. Green has some duplicates with the polka dots and the button-ups, but it also has a nice overalls, which is a very interesting one. Black is also very interesting. It has a non-freckled face with black, and it only has 2 bangs. We'll actually compare it here. And then we also have the black mustache version of this, which is a very cool little thing here. Less common colors include the lion with brown, as well as the monkey, gray with a blank gray one, and then this like polar bear or dog, and then a dog again for white. And while that is all I have in my collection, there are a ton more that I don't have and that I'm looking for. Another good thing about these is they're extremely cheap. They are only about 20 cents apart max, and are very, very interesting. Some of which are, the red ones can be much cheaper at a couple cents, as well as the blue, with rarer colors like the pink, the rose pink, and that other green color, being about 20 cents, as I said. Lastly, I have to show you the totem pole, as I call it, and it's about half my height. So yeah, really tall. As you can see, it keeps going until we finally get to the top, and I'll try and do this. Show you the whole length of the thing. Massive. And that's basically it. I just wanted to show off something that I like to collect, and I hope you will find interesting. I showed these off in a previous video where I talked about weird things I like to collect as well as many other things, but I didn't go into a really history on these things. But yeah, these are one of my favorite things to collect in LEGO. and I do hope you now enjoy them too. I shall see you next time, and goodbye.